So I'm here today at Whyalla with Pud Keogh as part of the Holbrook Landcare's Adaptive Farming Systems project.
Mullinjanda is a great environment to be farming in. So we run merinos down this end of the farm. They're used for breeding. Then we put a border Leicester over the older end of those merino ewes. They produce us a crossbred ewe that we then take to other areas of the farm to produce our second cross lambs. We produce steers for the feedlot or to kill.
It's just good to have a look at the decision making behind their sheep and cattle enterprise.
We've expanded our farm over the years, mainly a desire to make sure we had viable areas to farm. You know, nowadays you've got to be running enough to make it viable, to operate machinery.
Originally it was probably harder, but over the last 10 years it's been much easier because things have gone with us a little bit, I think.
We've taken the opportunities as they've come up. With our pasture renovation, we start with a soil test, of course. We try and build the phosphorus up to a level where it's going to be viable to sow into those pastures. We'll lime accordingly, and then we'll crop it for a couple of years with oats. Then we'll get into our phalaris and clovers, which are generally the best for around here. Preparing for drought, you've got to have a lot of things in order. You want your financial health, your physical health, and of course your mental health is very, very important when you're doing your plan.
We're continually preparing for the next drought because it's only just around the corner. Which corner, I'm not sure.
We do a lot of silage, and we put a lot of fodder away, which sometimes you wonder if you're doing the right thing, but then other years you're glad you've got it. Scanning has helped our ewe management profoundly. We now scan for singles and twins and the few empties. We don't get that many empties.
By managing our sheep better and allocating resources to them according to what they need, we've improved our lamb marking percentages dramatically. Probably
the biggest challenge for farmers going forward is managing the capital in their farms, how they get to utilise that. You know, if you've got a farm worth 10 million, it's not much good if you're starving off it. How do you manage that capital, and the best way to do it?
So we're pretty conservative in the amount of feed we keep on hand and how we manage our pastures and paddocks.
Ground cover is something we've changed in the last few years. We try to keep as much as we can without having excessive ground cover, because of course that's not very profitable for us to leave too much grass. Managing that through containment areas or smaller sacrifice areas, is a big part of how we farm now.
So over the last 20 years we've done a lot of fencing off gullies, creeks and so on, but also changed our fences to more suit our land class so we can better control our grazing to improve our management of pastures.
Yeah, looking across the landscape, you can easily see the re-veg corridors that the Keoghs have put in over the last sort of 15 to 20 years, how that's developed and improved the ease of management.
It's been a interesting journey. The farming's a lot more, in my mind, it's a lot more complicated than it used to be. I think the change has just been natural for us. As markets have got better, we've been a bit more relaxed about change. Succession planning, we're lucky that we have been successfully through one generation. I think communication's the absolute key. There's nothing shorter than communication that'll help you through succession planning. To wake up each day and come up to a point in the farm where you can look across it is magical, and I suppose when I look back, I sometimes wonder why we kept farming through those early 90s when things weren't going so well, but you know, here, this has justified staying here and being part of a great industry.